Pop out.
All right, everybody, what is going on? This is the Lone Chemist Podcast. My name is Johnny. I'm the Lone Chemist. This is episode 17, right, Alex? 17?
17,
17,
17.
yeah. Because, I suck at math because, chemists
And
can't do math. But
I know your channel better than you ever did.
what's that?
I said I know your channel better
Oh,
than you
yeah.
ever
Yeah,
did.
yeah, that's true. That's true. So as you can see, I have one of my main collaborators, the one, the only, the guy who gets Snyder triggering fans more mad than anybody I've ever seen in my entire life, Alex from HiTop Films. What's going on, buddy?
Hey man, how's it going? Yeah, that's my goal in life is to single-handedly, shut down the Snyder fan base. I'm joking, but
Yeah, trigger the fans. But I have a new layout now, so I can throw some shade and have it be kind of like, I guess a little more coherent, I guess, instead of us just
oh
like
no,
screaming in the microphones and shit.
yeah, like Film Hub where we just scream in the microphone over each other. You have the legit layout.
Yeah, one of my boys. Well, I'll link his stuff below. But he does some cool shit with logos and branding. So what's going on, man? What's new with you? How's the channel going?
It's good. I took a little break when New Year's hit. I've had this horrible. I went to California. That was fun. I guess it was fun. But I have this horrible cold that I don't know if I sound too congested right now. Hopefully not. That just kind of died down today. Maybe I have fucking pneumonia and I just should go to the hospital. But
Jeez.
so I've been putting off the Titans video, but that's what I'm working on next. That's going to be the best video I've ever made. I think.
Really, the best. Wow, shit,
I
man,
think
that's
it'll
awesome.
be the best.
Damn, man, that's awesome. So like, give like your, I guess your, I don't know. Do you think it's worth getting the DC streaming service just for watching Titans? Like, is it worth it?
Hell no, no. It's worth it for Young Justice, not for Titans. If you're gonna buy the DC streaming, Young Justice is the way to go. And also, you get like Batman animated series in HD, so it's worth it right there if you don't want to fork over the cash for the blue.
Yeah.
Um, Definitely not worth it just for Titans. Plus, if you're not in the US, you can just watch Titans on Netflix for free. If you're not
Oh
in the
wow.
US, so that's what I.
Wow, man, that's crazy. Fuck, man. Like, the first trailer for that was trash, and I think we both agreed that it was trash. It was like the worst edited trailer of all time. But I had some hope that maybe the movie that it would actually be good. But I don't know. I guess nothing. That sucks.
Yeah, I mean, it started out fine. It started out fine. We're already shitting on DC. It's been 5 seconds into the goddamn podcast. We're already fucking shitting on, but yeah, it starts out with a lot of potential, which I think my first Titans video was mostly left with like a positive feeling about it.
Yeah.
And but not to spoil my second video, but let's just say it's probably like a 40-minute rant, the most rantish video I've ever done.
Oh
But
fuck, man.
speaking of DC properties, your favorite movie of the year came out, Aquaman.
Fuck, man. All right, let me get the goods out of the way. The CGI, the production designs, the costumes were all fucking phenomenal. Like, they really were, and I got to give James Wan some major credit for that because, like, I'm sure that movie was incredibly hard to pull off without it being incredibly stupid and really, really silly. But there's a problem with that. The rest of the movie was just that script, man, was just terrible. Like,
That
honestly,
script.
like I don't know what happened with that script, man. I really don't. I have no the fucking idea what happened. Like, it's crazy. Like, because like, okay, first of all, like the whole thing where it's like the script, I get it. It's a superhero movie. It's supposed to be like, kind of stupid, but whatever. But fuck, man, like that.
I think there's such a everyone's been saying like especially in the comments of my fucking video, everyone's like, oh yeah, it's supposed to be goofy and dumb, and I'm like, there's a complete difference between cheese and then just bad writing. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. I always fucking reference Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. Perfect amount of cheese, but the writing is great. Like, it's heartfelt, it's emotional. There's real character stuff in there. Aquaman's cheesy, but has none of the complexity, none of the nuance to it. It's just straight up cheesy. And that would just even fine if it was like Flash Gordon cheese. But it also, every emotional moment never hits for me personally. I didn't care about anyone.
I totally agree. And like a lot of the emotional parts they kind of squander, like Black Manta's character, for example, that could have been one of the most interesting parts of the movie, but they just fucking ruin it. Like, and they don't even like explore it. And
At
dude,
all.
those lines, man, the lines in that movie were just
You need to live so that you can kill that son of a bitch. He tells his son, his dying words to his fucking son. Spoiler alert. Um, dude, did you see that thing I posted on Twitter? I posted 5 pages of like Black Manta character stuff that I would do in Aquaman 2, just because I was so annoyed with Aquaman.
really. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, dude, check it out after the podcast.
I have to watch it. Like, do you go into like his actual like formation of his character as a kid, or like do you like?
It's
focus on,
just
like,
it's this little 5-minute scene. It would be the intro of like theoretical Aquaman 2, because that's my new fucking thing, is just to write scripts for things that I'll never be able to write. And he's fishing. It starts with this kid, and he's fishing, and he catches this ugly, like useless fish, right? And then he puts it in a fishbowl, and he takes it home to his like shitty shack on the Chesapeake Bay. And then it's like a Pixar movie practically, where he sits with the fish, he feeds the fish, and he like reads pirate comic books with the fish. And then his dad comes home like 5 days later after you get this little montage of him hanging out with the fish. And then, of course, his dad's fucking Black Manta's dad from the first film. So he's like, what the fuck is that fish doing there? And then he takes the fish and he throws it down the garbage disposal and is like, it's a waste of time. And that would be the opening, because I think that completely explains their fucking relationship that's never explained in the first Aquaman, as to why a son would follow his father's footsteps into being a fucking like high-tech pirate on the 7 seas.
actually, that's a pretty good way to think about it, because like, you know, you can have a lot of like cool stuff like the fish and the fish metaphor, and like, you know, the fish that nobody wants and stuff, and like the hatred of that. That actually be really cool. But again, in that film, they just don't even fucking touch his character like whatsoever. Like,
That movie.
dude, the line that really did it for me, like, and honestly, it came early in the movie too. Under the sea, we don't feel our tears. On land, we feel them. Shut the fuck up.
Wait, dude, that's Nicole Kidman, right? That's her. She has that line, right?
Yeah, no. So she says like in the ocean we don't feel our like we don't like, you know, see our tears, and then the dude is like, nah, on land we just feel them. I'm like, oh my god, it gives me a fucking brain tumor. Oh my.
I just don't know why. Like, I mean, look at like Saw, which James Wan's like masterpiece, his first film, and the script is not great in that. You know, it's fine, but
Yeah.
I mean, Wan's not a guy he's mostly like a visual showman. I would describe him. He's like so good visually with the camera moves and shit. But usually, at least his scripts. I mean, he doesn't write the scripts, but whatever script he's adapting, usually it's at least, you know, fine. But the Aquaman script is just bad, and I wonder why no one was like, okay, we need to fix this before we start shooting. It's like they got a first draft and they just rolled the damn camera.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like I feel like, I mean, that movie was pushed back too, but it just feels like we're still rushed. Like it's a completely like God, it's such a weird film, because it's like, I know that it's better directed than all the other DC movies, but I also have a lot of disdain for it, because there are things that, like, you know, the script isn't even like coherent, and like that's what you need to do before you even start making the movie. I'm like, fuck, man.
It's just, I know, it's just when when Aquaman is the least interesting character in Aquaman, there's definitely an issue, and it's not even. Like, Momoa's not Leonardo DiCaprio level acting, but you don't really need someone for that kind of role. And I think he does the best he can with that dialogue that he has.
It's true, but that dialogue, though, it's honestly like, and it's like you said, like a great director and a great actor can get around like a bad script or a decent script. Like they can, like, you know, do little visual flares, like performance can be good,
elevate it, yeah.
Around it. Yeah, but with this one, I don't think that really any amount of like beautiful James Wan cinematography or direction could have saved it. Like that just
I feel it was just weird, because usually these superhero movies, you know, they appeal to the general audience, you know, like people who don't give a fuck about the script, people who don't even realize that there's a script, you know, just they go escape to the movies for 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
But usually they're like at least have competent scripts, even the worst Marvel movies. Like I don't like Ant-Man and the Wasp, right? That script's fine though. It's fine. It works. There's character beats. You know, but the Aquaman script is just bad. It's just like no one gave a fuck when they wrote it, kind of thing.
Which is so weird, because like this is supposed to be like almost like their soft reboot, like for the entire DCEU.
And
like,
visually it is, but
Yeah, visually, it like honestly, like that first fight scene, like it, like that is so convincing. Like it literally looks like they just rigged up the camera and it just like went around the house. Like the
Yeah,
CGI is almost undetectable in that instance. Now, when all the CGI fish are on the screen, it's a different story. You can actually tell
that's
that it's like like a PS2 game. But
dude. That's what's it was. It was a really weird movie where like you have Black Manta's beam shoot out of his face and they look perfect, right? But then you go to that shark, that like little boy Aquaman, and it looks so bad. And I'm just like, okay, so you have Mira's hair when it's CG looks pretty bad, okay, and you have that shark, but then you have these beautiful like giant lava fucking creatures that look good, but your tiny little fish don't. It's just there's some weird things where I feel like it was probably.
It's just a fucking weird movie, man. It's like
It's
there's some
so
parts of it
forgettable
that are
too, I think.
stunning. What's up?
It's so forgettable too, I said.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like honestly, okay, I remember. Let's see. Black Manta's dad dies. They have to go get a trident, a big fish thing that's like an octopus, but a crab, but a dinosaur talks to Aquaman, and then the movie ends with a slow mo, like out of the water.
Out of the water fight in the rain with Patrick Wilson fucking being the boy and just chewing the scenery. So I love it. I loved what he did in that.
Have you seen my tweets where I'm like I'm calling him like wet Loki and like
Wet Loki.
But he is. It's like it's my rightful throne. Like
You can call me Ocean Master. I love it. I love it.
Dude, I love how his eyes were almost like Deadpool's, where it was like
they moved in the mask. Yeah. Props to James Wan though for just going full like comic book costumes, like no compromise. He didn't fucking try to he just went for it. He just did the fucking what's on the page, and I respect that.
Yeah,
but
for sure. But everything.
I just wish that they had just like there are plenty of good writers out there. It's not like I don't know.
Yeah, it sucks. This kind of like, I mean, well, we talked before Aquaman came out, and we were like, oh man, it's gonna be good. Thank God, we're gonna be sucking DC's dick after that. And then now we're not. So I'm actually afraid that Shazam's gonna be much of the same.
Okay. Well, here's my logic. Here's what I'm saying. Okay, so Aquaman was still made under back when they had the old producers like Walter Hamada and shit. No, Hamada's the new one. Whoever the old one was, the one who fucking rushed Justice League so he could get the Christmas bonus. Those group of goons, they're out, right?
Yeah.
But Aquaman was still part of it. Was still made under like the Snyder era of the DCU.
Yeah.
I think Shazam is actually the first one that's
its own thing. Yeah.
Its own thing. So that is my last hope for a solid script, because we're almost there. We have for once we have a like direction and like someone having fun behind the camera. James Wan just having a blast, getting how to do comic book storytelling. So I'm hopeful because of that. But now we have a shitty script because Aquaman, and then if Shazam can just have a good script, and I trust the director, if it can just do if it can have the script of Wonder Woman, which isn't great by any means, but it's pretty good. Like I like the script of Wonder Woman. I like the stuff with Steven.
Until the last like 35 minutes of it. Yeah.
Yeah. But at least it has character beats. Like I know Diana by the end of that movie, and I know Steve Trevor, which is what matters to me when I watch a movie. If I can give a fuck about Billy Batson, I'll be happy.
I just really hope they get the shit together, man, because it's like, fuck, like every movie we're just like, oh man, this is gonna be the one.
It'll be good. This is gonna be the turn.
BVS was ass cancer, but at least like this is gonna be good, and we're like, oh shit. Fuck.
I mean, what's after? Is Joker after Shazam?
Wait, isn't it Wonder Woman 2099 or some shit? Like,
I think that's 29. Wait, I think that's 2020. I don't know. I really don't know. I can look it up.
Is it 2020? Look it up, please, because like I'm just genuinely curious now.
I will. 1 second. In the chat, it says that we're a little laggy. I don't know how old that is.
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to see. Yeah, I'm turning my mic up right now for you, Joey. Thank you for bringing that to my attention.
Oh, Joey's here. Hey, man, how's it going? Wonder Woman. What is it called?
Yeah.
84. It's Wonder Woman 1984.
All right. Is it better now, Joey?
Yeah, 2020. June 5th, 2020. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Yeah, it sounds like the lag was a little bit was a couple minutes ago, so that's fine. Turn up my gain a little bit. And it says you're a little bit louder, which you're more
I
important
can't.
than me. Wait,
No,
speaking
no, no.
speaking of important, dude, we haven't talked since you hit your fucking milestone. You fucking
Oh yeah, the
100,000 subs,
100K,
man.
man. Yeah, it was very cool. It was very fucking cool. I was expecting things to change when I hit 100K, but nothing changed. It's just a number, but it's still cool to cross that milestone.
Dude, well, honestly, man, like, congrats. Like, that's amazing. Like,
Thank you.
like, as one of your boys, like, I'm very happy for you. You fucking well deserve it for sure.
Let's hope I can cross the middle and then I can die.
You can die.
I can retire.
You can retire.
I almost retired at 100K. I haven't uploaded in like 3 weeks, so I did retire after 100K. Guys, I'm announcing on the HiTop Films is dead. Bury it.
Oh shit. But yeah, man. So what would you recommend to the people in the audience who are like, a couple of people here, Armor Penguin's here. He's one of our boys, has a YouTube channel. Also Oasis Films, the guy who has a YouTube channel. What do you recommend for the people to get to the silver play button? Which, I mean, do you have it in your possession right now? Or
No, dude. I don't think they haven't even sent me a congratulations email. So I think it'll probably take like 5 fucking months. I'll probably be at 200K by the time I get the plaque. The plaque is a lie.
Shit.
What do I recommend to get to 100K? What advice do I have? Just do you. I think just do you the best you can. That is my advice. I know it's like sounds fucking like an inspirational cat poster, but just look at the medium, look at what everyone else is doing, and do something different. Do something that's very much your style, and just try your 110% at it. Because if you are pulling out the microphone and you're recording and your voiceover sounds like this, like I used to sound, really monotone and really like, I don't know, I'm nervous because I'm reading a script. And yeah, if you don't bring your all and bring your passion to the project, then no one's gonna give a shit. So bring your all, bring your passion, talk about shit you care about. Don't just make a video about like, don't make another video on Infinity War unless you have something new or fresh to say, like Johnny did. No, I said like you did. You had something. Your video was a great fucking video about Thanos. That's what I'm saying. So like, don't do it unless you're gonna add something new to the equation. Don't just do like the Chris Stuckman, I'm gonna talk about movies, unless you're gonna talk about movies in a different way. Don't do the HiTop Films talk about superhero shit and you're really mad about it and you're like, and then you're the YouTuber who fucking writes his own fucking scripts. That's kind of my fucking thing, right? Don't do that. Because that's my thing. Do what makes you special, because what makes you different is what makes you Spider-Man. There you go. That's my advice.
I need you to open your window and jump out like now.
All right, I'll be right back. Sorry.
Oh fuck, man, dude. I have a couple of video essays that I've been working on for a while. I have this new exciting idea for a Whiplash one where I think I told you a little bit about it, but like
yeah, you did a while back.
Yeah, so I'm actually collabing with my old guitar teacher who actually is a record producer in New York now, and I won't say exactly what I'm doing with it, but yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. I'm pretty excited, and then I have my Birdman one, which I'm gonna probably release in like maybe 2 weeks. I want to say work is terrible right now, but I think my Birdman one is gonna be probably my best video on my channel by far. Like I think it's better than the Adam McKay one. I'm pretty excited for it.
I loved your Adam McKay one, so I'm excited. I'm very, very excited.
Speaking of Adam McKay, so this is interesting. So well, first of all, let's talk about Vice first, and I'll get to my funny story. So yeah,
I really fucked with Vice. I know people don't like it. Yeah.
Now I will say, to empathize with people, I get that the style of the film is quite jarring, and it's like, if you're not expecting a film like that where it's almost like a pseudo documentary style edited film,
it's like a video essay.
It almost is, yeah. Like in the beginning when like they're saying like, you don't give a shit about this movie, and like it like zooms in on like two girls at Lollapalooza who are like shit, that was really funny. But like I just love the fact that like, it was a very, very original style to bring to a movie like that. And like, like my video essay, like I think Adam McKay is so exciting because like he has that common theme of absurdity, but he does it in such a different way in all of his movies. And in this one, like he does it where like it's pseudo breaking the fourth wall, but it's also like a traditional movie, but it's also like a pseudo documentary. And like, some people can find that pretty jarring when they first see it, but I absolutely loved it. Like it's my top film of 2018 for sure, like by far.
Really? Dude,
Yeah.
it's definitely in my top 10, I think, for sure. Just I love a lot of people don't like the fact that it's basically a giant movie, which I mean it's a giant fucking middle finger to America. Not just Dick Cheney, but it's a critique on like the American people and just people in general. But I liked that element because I think it's kind of easy just to make a movie where it's like, oh look, Dick Cheney's a fucking human piece of trash, right? But
Yeah.
he does it where he never explicitly tells you Dick Cheney's a human piece of trash, but he tells you that you may be a human piece of trash, and that's cool. Like that's ballsy. That's fresh. You know, I respect anyone who's like, yeah, most people are fucking dumb. Here's why.
Yeah. Now, I do have a couple critiques of the movie. So for one, I thought some of the sequencing stuff could have been changed. Like for example, like we start the movie with that awesome like title card, like we did our fucking best, like which made me laugh. Then we go to 1963. Then we go to 9/11. Then we do the opening credits. Then we go back to 63.
Yeah,
Like, okay, if we start the movie at 9/11, then like it actually is like, okay, how do we get here? And that's what the whole movie is like working towards, right? And but like when you have that kind of jumping back and forth in time, it's hard for the viewer to like ascertain, okay, why is this happening, like, you know, back and forth in time? What's the point of it in terms of the theme of the movie? Like a good example is Pulp Fiction, for example. Like, you know why that movie is told in a non-linear way when you see the final scene.
it
Because like,
makes sense. Yeah,
yeah. But with this one, like the non-linear stuff could have been handled a little bit better. But I mean, like that's kind of a small nitpick. Like I still got the point of the movie. But the other thing that I thought was kind of annoying was so the post-credit scene, like the Fast and Furious thing.
yeah.
It was funny, but like that point is so abundantly clear in the movie where that's when it gets preachy, and that's when I'm sure people were like, okay, like we get it, like fuck, like
Yeah, we get it. We're dumb, you know.
yeah,
But yeah, I think that he was underestimating the audience with that post credit scene.
yeah, yeah.
That we wouldn't really pick up on the fact that like it's a critique on us a
Just
little bit
culture generally, yeah.
culture. Yeah. Um. Oh man, what was I gonna say? I loved my favorite part about that movie was the scene where Dick Cheney's working on the telephone poles and the guy falls and breaks his leg, and it's the save the cat moment where like in any screenplay right then he would go help the guy. Sorry, I'm dying still. Right then he would go help the guy, but instead he's like you got a problem with that chain? He's like nah, and just walks away. Perfect. That's like perfect, you know.
And dude, like some of the editing in that movie was
Oh, the editing,
genius.
best editing that I've seen this year in a film. I think
Like,
American Animals. If you peep that,
yeah,
that
American
was
Idol
really good.
yeah, that was very good. But I love like every time he talks to George Bush, that little like, you know, blip of like fishing, and then
Oh,
he finally gets him to like say, that sounds pretty good actually. Like the fish catches on the
oh,
rod.
yeah, it's so
Genius.
good.
And also like the end of it. This is the part that really emotionally impacted me. Like when he was, you know, all this shit was happening with the enhanced interrogation and Guantanamo Bay and stuff, and they're showing all the clips of that. They're showing that interspersed with his most latest heart attack, and he was in the fucking hospital and stuff. And so when they dug his heart out of his chest in the OR, that's when all those movie clips started playing, where like all the shit that he's influenced in the world today, and then like the whole shit about how he encourages one of his daughters to denounce the other daughter for being gay and stuff.
Oh,
And
it all
literally-
hits.
and then it just zooms out, and you just see him dead, like, you know, not dead, but like he's on the table with his heart out of his chest, and it zooms in on his heart, and it's like that really hit me in the stomach. I was like, "Fuck, man! Like that's crazy."
Do you remember the foot tap? That's what got me.
Oh
When
my, that was
the match cut of the foot. That editing was so good.
oh my. Now the only thing though is like I would I would switch the sequencing of it. So like I would have George Bush zoom that into his foot,
Mhm.
and then cut it to where you see the Arab guy's foot, and then zoom back out, and like you see that it's like the whole war thing happening. So I would keep the feet in the same place. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but do it differently. Yeah.
yeah. But I mean I love that.
Just the idea behind that is so good.
Yeah. Cause it's
Oh, I
like
love.
you
Yeah.
have one person feeling one emotion, and the other person feeling like almost the same emotion for completely different reasons. And I'm
Oh.
just fuck, man, that was so good.
Dude, McKay isn't he gonna do like a Marvel movie?
Apparently, they were talking about him doing Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which I mean, James Gunn's always been my
Wow.
guy,
Yeah.
but James Gunn's always gonna be my guy. I can't like be happy about that in terms of like the director being chosen. But just Adam McKay like for a superhero or like an action movie would be fucking awesome. Like
It'd be great.
he did
I'm
a hell of a
down.
job.
I'm very down for that.
Yeah,
I kind of want him to do something that no one expects. You know, because Guardians kind of fits into his style a bit. Like he could definitely like not quite do what James Gunn did, but do it in his own way, and it's relatively like you could still get the essence of the characters if McKay was directing. But I'd rather him do like Moon Knight or something like that. You know, some obscure character that he makes so fucking popular with his film. You know.
Yeah, Moon Knight would be pretty good for him, honestly. Like a. Or maybe if he's gonna do like the space thing, like a Nova movie, you know, Nova, like it's like Xandar superhero. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Like something that would
be cool.
But yeah. So on the subject of Vice, so our friend Braley over at Breaking Banter, he's a cool ass guy. We did a podcast a couple weeks ago.
My boy.
He did a review of Vice, and so like basically this guy commented on like the video. And said, it's not that great of a movie. It's whatever. It's like, you know, none of it happened and stuff. And so I said, like, no, there are a good amount of it that happened. Obviously, it has a viewpoint, of course. It's a progressive made movie. So clearly there's a viewpoint behind it. But, you know, there's a lot of historical facts in it, even though there are some things that are fabricated, like all the conversations between him and his wife were obviously written with the characters in mind, but they weren't like factual. And so I was getting a debate with this guy about like how he said like, yeah, the only two like real things in the movie were 9/11 and Iraq. And basically that kind of triggered me because like I was getting kind of pissed at him, to be honest. So I wrote out.
Well, first of all,
yeah, go ahead.
Like why are you even like why is that guy even arguing? Because the movie never presents itself as like this factual thing. Okay, he's just like whoever was commenting this is just a triggered fucking idiot, you know. But like the movie is so stylized and it's such its own thing that you have to judge it. Even if you fucking love Dick Cheney, you just have to judge it as a film. Like it never claims to be, you know, a direct account of what happened.
Yeah, exactly. And like obviously there are things that like are true, like, you know, the whole thing with Justice Scalia and the unitary executive theory and like Guantanamo Bay being opened up and like championing like
all that
interrogation. So all that is true, but of course the moment to moment stuff, some of the motivations, of course it's fabricated, but that's
it's a film.
It's a stylized biopic. It's not saying, you know, this is like people criticize like remember Lincoln came out with Daniel Day-Lewis in it?
Yeah. I never saw it.
Anybody give a shred of a shit about like there's no way Lincoln said all this shit behind the scenes? Shut the fuck up. It's a movie.
Yeah, it's a film. You know, it's not like a Ken Burns history documentary, you know. It's not a history channel. It's
annoying.
You know.
Yeah, but anyway, so I triggered this guy and like he kept like just getting angrier and angrier, and I was just getting like, you know, I was just staying calm. And so then he commented like, you know, I'm sorry I don't like your piece of shit movie. Like, you know, I'm not an Adam McKay fanboy, but you know what? You're full of shit, blah, blah, blah. And then he comments again and says, this movie had a 53% Rotten Tomatoes by audience score and 62% with critics. Like, nice movie. And then I commented, imagine being simple-minded enough to like a movie based on the Rotten Tomatoes score. And then he had like 6 comments like in a row of like just like trying to shit on me. And then like, I kept saying like my dude, because that's what I always say. I'm like, word, my dude. And then like he had all this like scathing shit, and then at the end of it, he's like, "And one last thing, I'm not your dude, my dude. Go fuck yourself." And then I commented, "Word, my dude."
No word, my dude. Oh, dude, that's
but
great.
The aftermath is funny because like this guy, I'm pretty sure he either muted me or blocked me or something like that. But I think he created a bunch of accounts because like videos on my channel that did not have a single dislike now have like 8, 10 dislikes, and I'm just like, dude, people
do that shit. Like when I
don't personally care, but it's just funny as fuck. Like I piss you off that much where you're like, fuck, man, I gotta dislike this guy's fucking career.
Dude. When I fucking anytime I upload, okay, like within the first 5 minutes, I have like 10 dislikes, and I know that it's the Snyder. Like I know it's like people who are still pissed off about Batman Does Not Kill, because there's no way that someone could just watch that video in 5 seconds and click dislike before I even state anything. It's just that shit's always funny though.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure. Oh, yeah.
People are.
You got some enemies, man. You're in the wild west of YouTube, man.
I know. I do have some enemies. I do. I really do. After this fucking Titans video, I'm gonna have so many more.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think so because I think the Titans. I think people who I'm not. If you like Titans, whoever's watching, if you like Titans, like that's fine. That's your opinion. But I'm saying the people who be mad that I don't like Titans are probably the same people who are mad that I don't like Batman v Superman.
Oh yeah.
So that'll be the end of me.
Like, because like, is Titan getting like acclaimed right now? Like, is it getting like...
The RT, the Rotten Tomatoes score is high, but they only screen the first 3 episodes.
Oh, I
And
see.
the only people who have been reviewing the show are like comic book fan sites,
Yeah.
which don't really give a shit about the filmmaking aspect of these shows. They just care about like the fucking Easter eggs and shit. And that's a point I make in my video, that I am the biggest DC fan. I love everything DC. I always say this, but if you're watching these shows because at the end of Titans, like spoiler alert, the post-credit scene, they give you fucking Superboy and Crypto the Superdog, and like that makes the show good, you're watching the show wrong. You're not watching television. You're just trying to fulfill like your nerd boner, which is fine because I have that same nerd boner. Like I'm excited to see Crypto. But when you're watching something, when you're taking in visual storytelling, okay, you cannot be distracted by the Easter eggs, because then you're fucking letting them win. Like you think it's coincidence that in the middle of the show they drop a Jason Todd episode? To you know, it's not at all. It's to distract you from the fact that, oh, the main plot of the show isn't working, so we're gonna throw Jason Todd in, and then that'll get us some headlines because everyone loves Jason Todd.
Yeah,
and it's
true.
just
Yeah.
It's cynical. And if you buy into that, like that mentality of watching superhero things for comic accuracy and Easter eggs, then you're gonna love everything, and then you're never gonna be able to separate what's good versus what's bad. Because Daredevil isn't fucking good because Kingpin wears a white suit in season 3. Yeah. That's my rant about Easter egg culture.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like a lot of it is like, it's almost like sophistry, where it's like, like if like someone's in a debate, they're trying to like make it seem like they have the best argument as opposed to actually having the best argument.
Yeah.
It's like having those Easter eggs, it makes it seem like you have a really comprehensive and well thought out show instead of actually having your script being like really well written. So,
exactly.
Like, and a perfect example of that, Bohemian Rhapsody won Best Picture at the Golden Globes.
Oh, dude, don't even do this to me.
Okay.
I'm muting myself for a sec so I can blow my nose.
All right,
so it's not disgusting. So just rattle off some shit. Talk to the chat for a sec.
All right, well, yeah, but Alex is a disgusting person, and he's gonna, just, oh god, terrible. So Alex and I on our podcast together, I think it was like a month ago or so, we both had seen Bohemian Rhapsody by that point, and we both agree that the movie is just pretty
cynical
and shitty. And it's like, again, it's a competently made film, but with Queen, the last thing you want is just a decent film, like with something that monumental and that popular. And so, like, we talked about it. It actually, it's very similar to the whole Teen Titans thing. Like with this Queen movie, they didn't have like an expose into his character. They didn't have an expose into like, the inner workings of, the machinations of their minds and stuff. All they had were like little cliche, overused tropes and biopics, and then they had like a Queen song to like cut the scene together. And like that tricks the audience into thinking that the movie is so well thought out because everybody has an emotional reaction to at least one Queen song. So instead of a good script, they just throw that in there so people are like, oh my god, it's Queen.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. And then it's like fucking Titans, it's oh my god, that's Batman. When they throw the back of him in there as he's murdering people, that'll get them. And it bothers me because it's not up to Hollywood to make smarter films. I think at this point, it's up to us to be smarter audience members.
Yeah.
Because you can't expect everyone to go into a movie the way like you and I go into a movie, or the people who are probably watching this right now go into a movie where you think about the characters, you think about that shit. But I just wish the GA, the general audience, would just realize they're being played most of the time, a lot of the time, in these big Hollywood things, especially like Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
And then it won fucking Best Picture at the Golden Globes.
Honestly, like the Golden Globes, I feel like there are some awards that actually have some credibility in there, and then some that are just like completely run of the mill fucking weird. But like,
and that's
like this really showed me that like the quality of the film sometimes is not even like relevant to the discussion, because that movie honestly objectively is bad. Like it's not like it's like, okay, some people loved it, some people hated it. It's objectively bad.
Yeah, and you can like it and still acknowledge it's bad. You can enjoy like the Queen songs and the concert fucking movie experience that is, you know, and still realize that it's cynical and bad, and you don't have to, but like objectively you're right. It is just so pedestrian all around.
Yeah, I agree. But like, you know, I will agree that Rami Malek gave a great performance. He really did. He did it very eccentric.
But that's the performance you give him the award for, you know, not like the fucking, not Mr. Robot, not something else. I'm glad he has the award. I love him as an actor. I think he's great. I think he was great in that movie. But it just seems like, come on, that movie, you know? Yeah. And oh my God, don't even get me started. Bryan fucking Singer now has another excuse to direct fucking movies because his fucking film won Best Picture at the Golden Globes.
Yeah. It's like being the tallest kid in kindergarten. You know what I mean? Where it's like, yeah, I won Best Picture at the Golden Globes. Okay, I'm the tallest kid in kindergarten.
I love my favorite part about the Golden Globes is like everyone acting like it's a big deal. Like all these actors coming on stage who are just being paid to be there, you know, who are just there for like the press for it. And they're like, oh, I thank the Hollywood Foreign Press for this amazing, you know, it's just, I don't think anyone in Hollywood takes the Golden Globes seriously other than the Golden Globes. You know?
Sure. And also, like, it's the only award ceremony with actually serve alcohol. So, like, most of the actors are fucking drunk when they give their speeches. Like, dude, have a Christian Bale's fucking speech.
I'd like to thank Satan for the inspiration. That was great. That was awesome.
Oh my God, dude! Like the Fox News headlines were fucking like destroying him, being like this fucking like liberal, like. Okay, he was making a joke. Like, shut the fuck up.
I know. I mean, people are mad that Bryan Cranston's fucking playing the guy in The Upside with Kevin Hart. People are so mad. We were talking about that the other.
Okay, did you see my tweet? First of all, like I had a scathing review, and then someone else fucking got triggered and responded to that. Like, you're not disabled. You can't say that. I'm like, so I can only criticize people that have, you know, that are 6'3" and have black hair and brown eyes. Like, it
doesn't make any sense. Like, it's a fucking film. You know, stop trying to cancel Bryan Cranston because he took a role in a film. You know, like
exactly. Like he wasn't chosen for any physical ailment he has. I mean, like maybe, just maybe, let's think about this. Maybe he's a fucking phenomenal actor. That's why they fucking picked him. Like,
yeah, that's why they picked him for the role. You know, and it doesn't make. It's like there is a difference between casting Bryan Cranston and then changing a character's race, like whitewashing a character. You know, you can be upset about whitewashing a character. You can be completely upset that Scarlett Johansson is in Ghost in a Shell. You can be upset by that. Like, that's fine. And I don't think, you know, like, I'm not going to scream about it on Twitter because that's not going to do anything. But like, Bryan Cranston doing a role where he plays someone who's disabled.
Yeah.
So we're going to yell at Leo for what's eating Gilbert Grape?
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and dude, the whole thing is like, okay, no one fucking shit on Daniel Day-Lewis for playing a guy with CP when he was in My Left Foot. No one shit on, you know, Michael Fassbender, like, for being a sex addict when, like, maybe he's not in real life. Like,
yeah, exactly. It doesn't.
Like, that is what actors do. They embody a role and they pretend. Like,
do you want who plays Batman to actually be Batman? Like that's my fucking dumb response to all that shit. Like, do you want Robert Downey Jr. to build an Iron Man suit, or if he doesn't do that, if he's not it's like acting is the job.
Yeah, I know.
That is what they are hired to do. And how is it even his fault that he's, you know, it doesn't.
Yeah, I totally agree. It makes no fucking sense. It's like,
didn't Scarlett Johansson just drop out of a movie where she was going to play a trans person? Didn't that? I thought it was Scarlett. Someone dropped out because they were getting shit for playing a role because outrage, you know, always.
Okay, first of all, how about fucking Eddie Redmayne then? Why don't they fucking shit on him? He played an actual person who not only is a trans person, he transitioned to being trans. So why the fuck aren't you mad at that guy?
Yeah, I just think that it's just people being mad, and you know, I don't know. There's no real. I mean, we could probably deduct the reasoning behind why they're so mad, and they probably have like genuine reasons for being angry at culture in general. But being mad at like Hollywood for being Hollywood is just it doesn't help anything. Like, you know, why are you gonna shit on Bryan Cranston? He didn't do anything to you.
He didn't do
Like
anything.
Exactly. You know, it's just, you know, everything's stupid.
Yeah, and clearly that movie is going to be a fucking romantic slash you know, feel good movie.
Yeah.
Like,
it's probably gonna be pretty bad, but
yeah, it's probably gonna be pretty bad. It's probably to be honest, like Bryan Cranston is probably like, why is this a controversy movie? This is a fucking paycheck movie. Like,
yeah, exactly. It's not like a, you know, it's not like he's going for the Oscar.
No, not at all. Like Kevin Hart's in it, and when Kevin Hart's in a movie, typically it's just like, you know, like you ever watch South Park? Like, we watched this before, but like they shit on movie trailers like Adam Sandler is Jack, Adam Sandler is Jill, coming July 12th. Fuck you. It's one of those movies.
It is one of those movies. It's just the whole thing is just the whole outrage. And I saw somebody being mad on Twitter because Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder was like that is part of the fucking movie. Like that is like.
Think about the character. The character is a pretentious Australian guy who is playing a guy, the actor, Kirk something, I forget.
Yeah.
But he's playing a guy who is so sycophantic and so sociopathic, he will do anything to embody a character. It's not like Robert Downey Jr. is trying to be a black person. The character that he's embodying in the script is so obsessed with himself, he wants to be a black person. Like,
it's a role. It's just a role. It just doesn't. And also, it's just obviously in that movie, it's like that's his flaw, is that he's doing that. Like it's played for comedy, but it's also like, oh, that's fucked up. That's the point of it.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
And then like, I don't get it, because if someone does a good job, like Eddie Redmayne isn't fucking Stephen Hawking, right? You know, but he did a good job. Okay, so isn't that a good thing for the disabled community that he accurately portrayed this guy?
Yeah,
you know, exactly. Isn't that a good thing that he's doing that? He's accurately portraying. Like, if you're mad because Bryan Cranston's like goofing the whole movie, you know, and also don't even be mad at Bryan Cranston then, because it's probably the director's fault or the script's fault. You know, then it's fine to be mad. But like,
yeah, I agree, man. It's so fucking stupid, because it's like, I feel like there is such a right answer to this whole thing, but like people are trying to couch this as a fucking debatable topic.
It's not even a debate.
It's not debatable. It really, in my eyes, it really isn't. Like the whole thing where it's like, no, you should have cast, you know, a guy with cerebral palsy or like, you know, quadriplegic, and Bryan Cranston does the role and they shit on him for it. And I'm like, okay, A, he's an actor. B, Bryan Cranston himself knows the hardship and the terrible stigma behind people who have disabilities playing roles. His son in Breaking Bad actually has CP. So like, it's not like he's like an offensive guy. He's going to embody like the challenges of being that, you know, in that certain group that have this disability. So it's like I really don't understand how you can fucking criticize the guy for that. I really don't. Well, like, it's so stupid.
I've seen these Twitter threads, man, that are just like canceling all the Marvel actors, and it's every fucking like thing that you could possibly get mad about from every single person in the MCU. Like Robert Downey Jr. did blackface in a movie. Scarlett Johansson was going to play a trans person. Chris Evans said this one time when he was 22. I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you trying to, like, they're just people. They're actors. They're not, like, any better or worse than us, you know? They just have a job, and that's more in the limelight, you know? More in the fucking...
It's like, you know, there are some people that deserve to be canceled, like Harvey Weinstein, who was...
of course, yeah.
Like R. Kelly, like, absolutely deserves to be canceled, for sure.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, but, like, there are people that, like...
James Gunn got canceled because people couldn't just fucking like calm the fuck down for 2 seconds and actually look into the situation before hitting the retweet button, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, I mean, he was already vetted for those things in like 2012 or 2013 when he first joined the MCU. So,
we've had a whole podcast on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was so pissed. Yeah,
I'm still pissed, dude.
I ranted about it for 25 minutes of the dollar. I don't know if you listened to that, but I literally like screamed in my microphone. I'm just like, this is fucking bullshit. Like, fuck this. But like,
it's so stupid. And then you're going to end up, they don't want what's going to happen. Like, the people get outraged by the stupidest shit. They don't want what's going to happen, where every single fucking public person has to be a by the book, have a publicist read over their tweets 40 times. Like, there'll be nothing authentic. Freedom of speech won't really fucking exist if we keep going at this rate, where we're mad at Bryan Cranston for taking the role of a disabled person. You know?
And it's like,
be mad about shit that matters.
Yeah, for
You know?
sure. It's a great way to put it. It's like, there's a lot of other shit to be fucking mad about. I mean, like, there are some people that use that freedom of speech element to like their own devices, like someone like Dave Rubin on the internet. He kind of sucks. Yeah, but
yeah,
but what I'm saying is like this whole Hollywood culture is like they're trying to like have this like almost like purity test in a way. And it's really weird and almost cultish where it's like, the whole sentiment behind the cancel culture is like, if you do something in your past that we find off color, we in the future are hypocrites if we support you in this day and age when you're not even
exactly. But who is we to judge? Who is like the we to judge anyone? It's one thing where it's like Kevin fucking Spacey, who's a creep. Like fuck him, yeah, send that bitch to jail.
Yeah.
Like it's fine. I mean, it's not fine. You know what I'm saying? But like that is a thing to be outraged about. Harvey Weinstein. But it's become so. You say anything and people get triggered by it, which is how it's always been, I guess. But now it's like people have backing to get triggered by shit. So like if fucking Scarlett Johansson says fuck in an interview, I bet you there's like 200 people on Twitter like, oh, you shouldn't swear in interviews,
Yeah, like take her down, like, never made a movie again. And I'm just like,
so fucking stupid.
Like, give people the leeway to be clumsy. Like, sometimes people make fucking mistakes. Like,
they're just example, people, exactly.
Like the whole Kevin Hart thing hosting the Oscars, for example. Like, I'm totally on his side. Like, he said something like as a joke as a stand-up comedian on Twitter.
He's a comedian. That's
and he's already apologized for it multiple times. Like, so I'm just like, dude, it's like you can't live your life like by a fucking just like ill-placed joke. It's like you're allowed to make a mistake and apologize for it in certain cases. Now, there are some things where like if it's actual overt sexual assault or you're calling violence for somebody, that I can understand being canceled for. But like, I don't know, man. Like making those jokes like 10 years ago, society was just a fucking different place back then. And it's like, you're allowed to be clumsy and allowed to make mistakes. And I don't know why we forgot all that. It's really weird.
It's just, I feel like we're losing some humanity with this like cancel culture. Yeah. We're losing like flaws are what make you human, and everyone fucking makes mistakes. Everyone says stupid shit. I fucking said stupid shit. I probably said stupid shit on this podcast. It's going to come back to bite me in the ass in 10 years,
No, but please. Dude, I'll burn this channel down before they fucking cancel you, man.
No. I'm just messing.
I know.
I probably said something that's going to piss off someone who's going to be pissed off in 10. No, it doesn't. It's just like differing opinions should not cause, cancel culture. That shit's not what you cancel. You don't cancel someone for taking a job. You cancel someone for being a fucking creep. You cancel someone for being like a horrible person that has shown themselves to be a horrible person. Kevin Hart is a stand-up comedian. He made a joke that's offensive. It's no more offensive than fucking South Park is every week or Family Guy.
Thank you. It's like there's a selective outrage, like, in the world of comedy where it's like there are some things that are completely fine, have been fine for almost 20 years, like The Simpsons or Family Guy or South Park, and they offend everybody. But the second you find out someone tweeted something, like
it's done. I think it's because you can hide behind your art, like Seth MacFarlane can hide behind the character Peter Griffin when he offends everyone, But like True. James Gunn, who like, what was the joke? He's like, oh, I just watched The Expendables and I'm so full of testosterone that I want to fuck an 8-year-old boy. Like it's a joke that it's a joke that like, yeah, it maybe shouldn't have been publicly said on Twitter, right? It's like a joke that you shouldn't publicly fucking say on Twitter. Like that's where, and he worked for Trauma, so it makes sense why he fucking tweeted that. Gunn's fault was not deleting the tweet. That was his one fucking fault, was not deleting the tweet so that they could dig him up. But that is like, but then people can come at him because it's James Gunn, so it's not behind something. Like if he put that joke in a movie, people would laugh at it.
Yeah.
If it was in like a Trauma movie, people would laugh at it. But since he said it on Twitter, even though he has said before, his first apology, that whole Trauma thing was like a shtick, a lot of it. Like he was offensive for the sake of being offensive because that was his job to be offensive. Yeah. Kevin Hart's job is to be funny. So he said something that's offensive and funny, and maybe it's not funny to some people, and that's perfectly okay if it's not funny to you, but you don't need to go and be like, oh yeah, you have to apologize, Kevin, so that you can host the Oscars. Like, what is that?
Yeah, and not only that, he's already apologized for that. He already apologized like years ago for this, and like now he's to do it again. And like literally, honestly, I respect him where he's like, look, I've done this. I'm not living my life apologizing for the same damn thing over and over again. This is already in the media. I've already apologized for it. I've already disowned it. Like, and just because someone took a screenshot of my Twitter, like, I'm going to fucking live the rest of my life in fear. Like, no, that's not fair. Like,
yeah, it's definitely, I don't know. And then like, so the big question is, what do we even do about that? Do you just not tweet anything, or do you just stand by, you know? Do you just decide?
Dude, I was going to say, man, let's like, you know, I'm in academia. Like I go to graduate school, but I have a YouTube channel and stuff, and I meme with you and the secret podcast and stuff every week. But like, fuck, man, like that scares me sometimes where it's like, shit, like if I have an ill-placed tweet, let's say 10 years down the road, something that I say is not acceptable anymore. Like, is it the fault of the person who made the tweet or the fault of the society that's in that present time? Because it's like, you know, like,
I don't.
Am I gonna get my asshole stretched open because like I like, you know, made an ill-placed joke? Like,
I think it just really,
earlier.
it really just, it's just, you have to hope in whatever future position, you know, both of us are in, you know, like if I fucking get in the writer's room for a DC show, and then I know that if the Snyder boys found out about that, like the toxic Snyder fan base, they try and be like, oh my God, he just publicly trashed DC on his YouTube channel 10 years ago. Fuck him. You know, I just have to hope. My mentality is just to hope that whoever I'm working for doesn't care. And it's like, that was 10 years ago. And like, yeah, that movie fucking sucked. You know, it's just like, that's an opinion. That movie, you know, I mean, I just.
Dude, and that's something that's really weird. Like, I totally am on board with the memes where it's like, you know, movies should be treated as a subjective force in entertainment. Where it's like, look, like, I don't like a lot of Zack Snyder movies. I like Watchmen. I like 300. I like Dawn of the Dead. I like all those movies. And some people are the opposite. They love all of his recent movies and they hate Dawn of the Dead and 300 and Watchmen. That's fine. I don't give a shit. Like what you like and hate what you hate. And like, so like for you, like, you know, because you want to like get into entertainment. I want to grow my YouTube channel to be big, obviously, because I have like fucking 1,200 subs and I fucking suck. But anyway, like what I want to stress to you is like if you get involved in any way, like in film, let's say you're a director or a writer or even a producer or something like that, and that's like your career, like you should be allowed to speak out on behalf of a certain movie negatively or positively.
I think so too. I'm a firm believer in that.
Yeah, obviously you don't want to be a dick to somebody and be like, you know, oh, he's a fucking shit director.
Yeah,
you
should.
Yeah, say like, look, like, you know, I'm happy for him and he made a great movie for himself, but honestly, I just wasn't a big fan of it. Like, people should be allowed to say that in entertainment today. They really should be.
Like my official interview, like if I was doing interviews in the future, my official my non-secret podcast fucking language would be, you know, Zack Snyder made a series of superhero movies where I fundamentally disagree with his interpretations of superheroes, Batman, and Superman in general. But, you know, he's a competent filmmaker. He's an established filmmaker. You know, good for him.
Yeah.
And I think, but then if anyone said that, like if James Gunn came out, right, and was just like, you know, I wasn't a fan of Man of Steel or BVS. Like, that happened, man. The Spider-Verse director agreed with someone who said that as soon as you try to make Superman like Ayn Rand-ish, you know, you're misunderstanding Superman. And the Spider-Verse director said, talking about Man of Steel, Spider-Verse director said agreed, right?
Yeah.
The Snyder boys tried to cancel him. They really did. I saw it all over on my fucking feed. They were just like, oh, disrespecting the work of another director. Like, it's not disrespecting the work. He's just saying, I disagree with Zack Snyder's interpretation of Superman. And that's fine. He's a man. He directed a great Spider-Man movie. You know, let him be.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I feel like people are so quick to be like, okay, you can't have this set opinion about something that I like. Like, dude, like one of my favorite movies of all time, The Departed. I fucking love that movie. Like that movie is virtually perfect to me, except for like, you know, a couple lines I think are awkward from Vera Farmiga. But like, her Boston accent was terrible. That's really the only flaw that I have in the movie. But
I haven't watched it in a good bit, but I definitely.
It's so good. A little aside, the best intro scene to any movie ever. 15 minutes and then the credits roll. Fucking genius. But like, if people don't like the movie, like I fundamentally disagree with them because I think the movie is great. But if you like it, if you don't like it, sure. Whatever you want to do. Like, it's fine. And I feel like directors are like walking on eggshells constantly where like they're having to appeal to their fan base, but also trying to get new people to see their movies and also like respect the entire ether of people working in Hollywood today and also people that come before them. And it's like, dude, like you're allowed to have a fucking subjective opinion. You got into filmmaking a subjective media source.
You have to, you don't get Think of a good example. You do not get Spider-Verse as a movie unless those filmmakers and Phil Lord and Chris Miller loved the Raimi movie, and that's their opinion, right?
Exactly.
But if they came out and said like, "Oh, we love the Raimi movies. We think the best Spider," people would be like, "What the fuck? Not Homecoming? Not not fucking Homecoming? You don't fucking." It just doesn't make any sense. Like, people are just fucking dumb. I quit. I'm done. I'm off YouTube. I'm retiring.
Yeah, man. But like honestly, like I just really hope this cancel culture thing doesn't get out of control. Where like literally, like we're like actually censoring forms of speech and stuff. Like, let's say like Snyder fans like come to my channel when like you're on my podcast and like they flag my shit, and then I get like either DMCA'd or canceled because of that. It's like,
yeah, dude, that fucking happened to me. They flagged my Venom video, and then
wait, you cut out. Say it again.
I'm pretty sure they flagged my Venom video because I have a like little Zach joke in the first 5 minutes for like being abusive, hateful content. Yeah. Hateful content. And then, I couldn't make any money off of it because of shit like that. And I can't even dispute.
It's demonetized?
It's like little to no money. It's the yellow check mark. So it's like, it's not completely demonetized, but it's like not suitable for all advertisers because it's hateful.
Oh my god, you fucking kidding me? Like
I'm like, I don't want to throw blame, but I'm pretty sure because the Venom video was right when Batman Does Not Kill was still like growing and getting popular. And I think the 1-2 punch of the Snyder interview and Batman Does Not Kill, and then the fucking the Venom face in the Venom video just like set people off. That's my theory, but who knows?
Fuck, man, like shit.
I'm already getting canceled. Yeah, it's so stupid.
It's like you're a fucking YouTuber. Like the whole point of being a YouTuber, and especially specifically in fucking film YouTube, is to be subjective. Like you're allowed to have an opinion. Like it's fine. Yeah. Like that's the point.
I say in my Titans video that critiquing Titans is like harmful for my career. I do this whole skit where I film going to LA, and I'm just like, you know what I want to do? You know what my dream career is? And then it's like me looking for Jeff Johns in Hollywood. It's just like 1 minute fucking gag. It's ridiculous. But I talk about this in my Titans video where I'm like, it's bad for me to say that I don't like this show in today's like current fucking climate. It's bad for me to say like I fucking hate this show when I want to be writing a Teen Titans show. When like I would love that job of doing Teen Titans. I would love that job of doing Red Hood. Like that would be my dream job, is to direct and write that shit. And it's harmful for me to even say that I think Titans is bad. But I feel like if no one else says it, if no one else makes a deal about it, if other filmmakers and other people who know that this isn't good are never going to say anything, like someone fucking has to. And I think it's more important I think it's more important to not give in to fears that it's going to fucking fuck you over in the end. I think it's important to say what you feel, because then we'd be drones.
Yeah, no, I agree, and like that's the whole thing about film critique. Film critique is a subjective medium. Like you're
completely.
Yeah, like dude, like there are some films that I think are heavily overrated that I don't like, that are like universally acclaimed. Like I honestly, okay, I'll say it right now. I'm gonna get called a bigot. I think The Shape of Water is overrated.
Oh, dude, I agree. Like, I love Del Toro, but see, that's the thing. I don't fucking hate Del Toro. But now people are going to think, probably not your audience, but just in general, people are going to think like, oh my God, fucking hates Guillermo del Toro, hates all his work. No, I love Del Toro. It's just that movie didn't work for me as well. It didn't hit as well as I think it did for other people. And that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was a good movie, just wasn't my cup of tea. Like fucking,
I loved.
Yeah.
I loved.
Another hot take. Let's see. I mean, go on. Yeah.
I was going to say, I loved Under the Silver Lake, which hasn't even come out in the U.S. I fucking watched it illegally because it leaked online with Andrew Garfield, that movie coming out by the director of It Follows. I love that movie, and I know that people are going to fucking think it's pretentious garbage, but it worked for me. And that's fine.
Wait, Andrew Garfield's in that, right? Like, it's fucking, is it a horror movie or what is it?
It's like, dude, it's like David Lynchian. The trailers make it look like a mystery where he's decoding all this random shit.
Wow.
Director of It Follows. I loved it. But, it's like, I think fucking you and me disagree on this. I don't love Infinity War as much as everyone else, And that's
Yeah, for sure. But and this is the good part. You and I can disagree about the movie. Like we both agree that it's objectively good. But
yeah,
like,
it's a good movie. It's a great movie.
Yeah, and we just disagree about like certain plot points and stuff. Like it's not
Yeah.
like we're like trashing each other for having an opinion.
No,
Like
no, not at all. Like
know,
I completely understand why, and I respect the fuck out of that movie. It's just personally, I prefer like a Guardians 1 movie or an Iron Man 1. Like that's more my subjective like style of filmmaking, and my like I prefer smaller stories like that, and that's just me. But like I can watch Infinity War and be like, holy shit, this is like amazing.
Yeah,
and not.
I agree, and the most important thing is too. It's like, you know, I objectively think The Departed is like almost a perfect film. I love Infinity War. I don't think it's perfect, but I think it's great. But I'll be the first to say that the movie is not perfect. Like there are flaws that I absolutely recognize. Like even with you, the Spider-Man 2, for example, one of my favorite movies of all time. I have flaws. I have flaws in it. Like
Mary Jane's character is a flaw. Yeah, you know, like that's fine. I still love that movie.
Yeah, James Franco is in a Shakespearean drama as opposed to a Sam Raimi movie.
James Franco's in a whole different realm of film in that movie. Well, my favorite fucking line in that whole movie, it's like, Pete, no.
It can't be.
He like falls back. It's like hilarious. It's awesome. And then Tobey Maguire's playing it dead ass serious. You know?
You killed my father. Shaking his head and shit.
And it's like, yeah, we can laugh about that shit, but that's still my favorite movie of all time. But I can acknowledge that if it doesn't work for some people, like if Raimi's particular style of like cheese and goof doesn't work for people, I understand.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to tell you that you don't understand it, you know?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Which is why the go-to, you don't even understand, man. You don't understand. Oh my God. It's just like, no, guys, I understand Batman v Superman. I understand Man of Steel. I get what he's going for. I just disagree. Yeah, that's it. I just think that's the wrong approach.
Yeah, for sure. Like, and I'm not saying that there's no enjoyment in the movie. There are some superb visuals. I mean, even though when the city's getting destroyed and like 1 million people die, that's like totally.
It looks pretty, you know. I mean, it's so
yeah, it looks pretty, and like General Zod's a great actor, even though they wasted his character and like, you know, they killed him for no reason at the end of the movie when there's a little family there instead of like caring about all the other people that died before that. But other than that, it's fine.
Dude, back we called this Aquaman video, so let's tie it back into Aquaman right quick.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We can go.
Yeah, angry fans have talked about. Let's go back to Aquaman. So
we can talk about angry fans and Aquaman. Do you know how many comments I got on my video that get that Marvel fucking dick out of your mouth, bitch? Like
no
I got.
Way.
Dude, I got over. Dude, go look. You can go look. I got get that Marvel paycheck. And I was like, guys, I wish Disney was fucking paying me to give Aquaman a bad review.
Oh God, wait, I'm pulling this shit up right now. Holy shit.
Dude, you just gotta go. There's so many. You just gotta go look. They're there, man.
I'll read a couple hateful ones on the stream right now. Just
okay, cool.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, dude, please. I'll laugh. I'll respond to them. That'll be fun for the stream.
Okay, so the like to dislike ratio, we got just over 200,000 views. We have 10,000, almost 11,000 likes, and we have almost 3,000 dislikes. Okay, so it's not a bad ratio. It's like
it's not bad.
Yeah. Okay. Nano V Movies did a meme comment. I don't usually do this, but I need to comment on this video. You are a Marvel shill. You will never understand how great the DC is, I assume. I never watched any of your other movies or what you talk about or why you love DC, but still, I know what I'm talking about.
Dude, and then it's so funny because people, like, I felt bad because the people, my fans, thought that he was being serious. I guess they don't know that Nando's, like, an established channel, a bigger channel than fucking me, you know? So people were like, what do you mean? And they didn't get the joke. I felt bad.
Oh my God.
I can scroll through the comments here too and get some good ones.
Here we go. Fuck. The script is lazy as fuck. Oh, actually, no, this guy actually likes your movie.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
This is just a comment that drives me nuts. It's not. Honestly, I love the film, but then again, I don't care what it's about. I just want to see some good fights and some heroic comebacks. I don't know why, but you're the best. So he did compliment me at the end, I guess. But, and then that just makes me sad because to respond to that comment, you should care about other things than fights.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, someone commented, geez, all the butthurt people in those comments make me want to cringe really hard.
You got to dig deep, man. They're there, though. There's like there was a...
here we go.
Okay.
I won't say the name of the channel, but whatever. I literally have never once agreed with anything you've ever said, like in any video. You really are way too harsh on movies to the point where I don't even think we saw the same film. I would take time to argue against your points, but meh, it's whatever. You seem kind of boring to watch movies with, though. Like, you go into every single movie looking for critique. What?
Dude, that's so not. It's so funny because I go into every movie wanting to like it. That's like my.
I wanted to like Aquaman. I was praying I would like Aquaman.
I went in. I had my fucking reserved seat, 7:00 show. I got my large ass bucket of popcorn. I was like, okay, James. You know, I don't go in looking for critique, and people think I do. That's a common comment.
Oh my God! Wait, yeah. Let's read 2 more, then we'll wrap this up. Let's see. Fuck.
Dude, there's so many funny ones. I think I posted some on my Twitter.
You did?
Yeah, a while back. I had like a whole thread.
Oh fuck.
Oh my God.
As if we want to be personal.
Let me try and find it. I gotta get a good one. I don't tweet too much. So I should be able to find it. Oh man. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, this was about it. It was right when I got the series of fucking hate comments.
All right, here we go.
I got one.
All right, do it.
Okay. I have 2 theories. This guy's outright lying for the delicious DC money was his first theory. 2, he's a goddamn idiot who shouldn't be allowed to review movies. If there are people who still didn't watch the movie, please go out and see it for yourself. Don't listen to the biased critics. Get your own opinion.
Well, I mean, for one, I do agree with his last point. Like, don't listen to biased
Like, go
critics,
see it for yourself.
Like,
yeah.
But dude, you made an 8-minute video like sucking James Wan's dick and like saying, I want it to be great. Like, please. Like,
I know, and I even mentioned that in the very video they're going to say I wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh, here's my favorite one. Here's the best one. This represents everything wrong with the Snyder fan base, okay? You lost me when you said that a kinder hero is cooler. What makes Aquaman great is that he's not a typical hero. He's a king and will kill anyone that wages war against his kingdom. He's not evil, but he isn't boring, and I want to save everyone like Superman. He understands that some people just have to die. By the way, I've seen it 3 times. This movie, along with Thor Ragnarok, are the best comic book movies so far.
Okay, one,
because I said
him killing people is not even in the movie.
It's criticized. That's like, if anything, it's criticized when he lets Manta's dad die. Like, it's criticized that he did that. And this is because I said James Wan understands that, like, Aquaman doesn't need to be a beer-drinking surfer bro, that he was in Justice League to be cool. He can just be, like, a kind dude.
Yeah.
And this guy's arguing that, it's cooler to be a murderer. So, there you go. What the fuck, dude? You say every good film is bad and every bad film is good. Like, what the fuck? No fucking sense, dude. Fucking die in a fire, dude.
Oh my God. Wait, I commented that one.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Like, dude, like, you're like a totally bad dude. Dude, I hate you. Like, dude. Oh my God.
Laughing my ass off. Oh my God, I just saw this guy's Venom review where he starts off saying, listen to the critics. Laughing. Dude, you're officially one of the worst YouTube movie reviewers at the moment. Venom is one of the worst comic movie films of all time. Venom's script isn't even remotely comparable to Aquaman. Nothing in Venom is remotely comparable to Aquaman. Venom legit has some of the worst dialogue I've ever seen in a comic book movie. It is 35 on Metacritic. You think that's just because the mean old critics being unfair? Laughing my fucking ass off. This guy is a joker. I wanted to love Aquaman. Yeah, fucking right. You go on and on throughout the video shitting on the film. And I was like, dude, did you see my Venom video where I shit on it for 10 minutes and say it's bad and I like it because it's bad?
Like you said, like you like it because it's like typical like trash cinema. Like it's like all these like,
it's a good trash
and like B movies. Like you're not saying you love it because it's like perfect. You're loving it because it's like it's ironic. Like
it's like The Room. I think it's awful. I think, man, objectively, Aquaman fucking way better film than Venom.
Oh yeah,
like, yeah. Oh my God.
I hate
that is. Dude, yeah, that is the day in the life of HiTop Films. Waking up every morning, stretching. I go to the kitchen, I make myself an egg, and then I fucking look at the comments, and I just see, fuck you, Marvel Tard, die. And that's every fucking day. You just don't understand Titans, man. It's really just about the complexity of Dick Grayson, okay? And then I'm like, okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Whatever you.
Cool, I'm just going to.
Man.
Yeah. I'm muting real quick to blow my nose one more.
All right, do it up. No, we'll finish this up. Oh God, look at that disgusting idiot. Oh God, his mucus out of his nose. Oh my God, it's gross. It's terrible. Oh hey Alex, what's up, man? How you doing? I didn't know where you went there for a second. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Now I gotta go record voiceover for Titans. I'm gonna trigger the DC boys once again, and then I'm retired.
You're retired.
I think Titans.
You might want to get like a neti pot or something. Your nose looking a little red there, buddy.
Yeah, dude. It's like my sinuses are so fucking clogged right now. I've been rubbing because I've stopped fucking,
Oh, geez.
blowing my nose.
All right. Well, that sounds like a nice, appetizing note to end this on. But
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, we covered some good ground. We laughed, we cried, friends were made. Bonds were broken. It was good episode.
yeah.
Yeah, it's one of our best ones. We shit
I
on
think
people
so.
who like hate the cancel culture as much as we do. Like today, that was good.
This was a fun time. Oh shit, we weren't recording this whole. No, I'm just fucking kidding. Wouldn't that be so funny?
Oh my God, can you wait? It was like it was like the fucking film hub thing where you guys like.
Oh my God, the first film hub.
Until like
where
45 minutes in.
Oh my God, it was so fucking funny.
Oh man. Oh, yeah. But yeah, so people watching still, thanks for listening to us. I'll definitely have Alex on soon again. He may be coming on the Secret Podcast soon. And yeah, just look forward to more collaborations and more dank memes with the Alex Hunter. Not
At
Alex Hunter,
the Alex Hunter.
Alex Hunter.
The red-nosed Alex Hunter right now. Rudolph the fucking red-nosed high.
All right, and then with that, we are out. This is episode 17, right? 17, I want to say? 17?
Yes, 17.
All right, cool beans. All right, well, thank you for listening to us, and thanks, Alex, for coming on. Peace out,
Yep.
everybody.
See you guys.